Hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of, well, it's actually not much of an episode, but welcome to Awesome Notes anyway, with yours truly, SlowWolf. This time I'm going to be showing you footage from the beta map, for as long as it was available to the Awesome Notes community. I had the pleasure to be able to play this map with everybody else, mind you. It was an open beta for a little bit, and a couple of things have obviously are going to change. Yeah, those textures are, Ooh, those textures are rough. Anyway, this was a number of batches ago, so things are very different from from what they once were. And on top of that, like I said, beta map. Textures, all weird. On top of that, there's going to be some already announced changes to this map. In the form of bunkers in the bottom lane. I'll get to talk about that later on in this particular episode of Awesome Notes. So don't worry, I'll tell you all about those bunkers later. So right now you'll see me, I'm shooting yellow things right now. Why? Because this particular level, called the Solar Tree, those fruits are the fruits of the Solar Tree. And each one of those gives 5 solar when the fruit is fully grown and 10 HP. That's huge, by the way. Especially when considering that there's 5 or 6 fruit, I think? 6? Yeah, I think 6. Anyway, there's like 6 fruit on those, on that tree. Fully grown, that is 60 HP and 30 solar every time you go down there and farm up that solar. That is absolutely huge. That's what's going to make this map absolutely hectic and crazy, because if you don't control that middle part, you're not getting all the solar available in this match. Furthermore, oh, here, this is the bottom lane. Yay! Next time we come to it, I'll talk to you more about it. But yeah, furthermore, the thing about the solar tree is that if you don't control it and all that stuff, and you don't get the money, you also don't get the HP. And one of the cool things about this map is that there are no HP packs anywhere. So if you're going to be able to get HP and save yourself from either a gnaw or from, dying, yeah, you're going to have to actually go ahead and earn it by killing off those tree fruits and by killing off creeps, solar bosses, that kind of deal. Which makes this a very crazy map. It's going to be very fast. It's going to be very action-packed. I'm looking forward to it being actually released sometime December or January. It was last announced. So keep your eyes peeled for that. The top lane here, as you guys have probably noticed, is very open concept. Lots of moving platforms. This is, I think, the level with the most moving platforms out of any of the Awesome Knots levels. Actually, aside from Rivet 4, I don't think there are any other moving platforms. And the ones in Rivet 4 are somewhat negligible. Like, they're not really a big deal. Here, they're a huge deal. And if you don't know where they're going and how to predict for them and how to plan for them, you're going to have a hell of a time moving around. Especially as characters like Raylan, Gnaw, people that don't really jump super high right off the bat. Alright, so bottom lane here. You saw how I got stuck on that Lone Star? Yeah, that's the point to the bottom lane here. Super closed, cramped. It's supposed to be very difficult to move around. That's going to be awesome, by the way. It's loads of fun. Makes it difficult for people to escape other knots like Skoldeard, or to escape Bull, nukes, rockets, you name it. It's going to be a complete screw fest back down there. It's going to be loads of fun. But yeah, one of the proposed changes that's already going to happen there is that it's not going to just be that lane anymore. The bottom area is also going to have bunkers. I think 2 of them, one on each side at the very beginning of that thin area. See that thin area there? Yeah, there's going to be one at the beginning on the red side and one at the beginning on the blue side. So that way you can duck under attacks. That was courtesy of Duplosion, who then subsequently has been recognized for that through his forum signature and all that stuff. Either way, cool dude, awesome suggestion. He definitely deserves any and all credit for that part of the map. So, yeah, the bottom area, it's going to be pretty crazy and lots of fun. The top area, I hope they keep it the way that it is, because if they do, that's going to be all kinds of fun. Why? Because there's solar bosses up there, and if you taunt them, if you jump up there and you're all like, hey, then they spit down on the ground, and it is, ooh, it's crazy. You saw actually a bit of it earlier on in this episode. You probably will see it again. It kills a couple of creep waves at the very least, and at least a couple of people, I believe. But either way, they aren't gonna like I said, all the stuff is gonna change. So, they might be lizards or something by the time they're done with it. They might not be solar bosses in the same sense anymore. Although I hope they keep the spitting, because the spitting makes that lane ridiculous. Like, see right there, it just spat. on everybody, and it was awesome. It's a great way to clear out a lane if you can time it properly, and it's a great way to skew a fight in some way, shape, or form. Like, you can do some fun stuff with it. I am really looking forward to abusing that mechanic when and if that stays in the fully released version of this map. So here I am, just blasting apart creeps, making sure they get off my turret. I already lost one down here. The other thing that you'll notice is that the turrets are both protected or, you know, enhanced past their past the first tier towers. The second tier towers each have elevation changes to make either defending harder or easier depending on who you are. I am actually really excited about that too, being able to just hide behind there and snipe or be able to duck and cover. There's a lot of neat stuff in this map. I am really excited for when it comes out. Yeah, then Jeffrey kills Tim in the face. Good job, Jeffrey. Not that you know what I'm talking about, because you're a robot. Yeah. Alright, so here I am. I'm just going to blast this Lone Star. I'm going to try my best to kill him, but he's going to get away. I took a bit of bullet to the face, but you know, it was kind of worth it, sort of. Oh, I almost die. The Clunk is trying to chase me, but he can't chase me. Why? Because I'm froggy. I'm a little bit too fast. I kill off my creeps, and I make my way back upstairs so that way I can farm some more solar. Honestly, this map is going to be the fastest map in Awesome House, and turtling is not going to get you anywhere for 3 reasons. The top lane, the bottom lane, and the middle lane. Yeah, that's right, you heard me, ladies and gentlemen. That red barrier there would go down if I lost any one of my tier 2 towers, which means that there are, in essence, 3 lanes for the team that pushes down the towers first. Oh, I almost got that Lone Star there. If I had jumped properly and body blocked him properly, he would not have been able to get out there alive. In any case, yeah, there's 3 lanes in this map, in all essence, and that is something to be really, really valued. That's going to be a really neat part of the level, and it's going to make it so that way you have to respond either very quickly to people attacking your base if, you know, you lost your tier 2 tower, and if you haven't lost your tier 2 tower, it allows for a lot of mobility. So in all cases, it is absolutely necessary to control the center. If you don't control the center, you don't get all the mobility that the center grants you. You don't get the solar tree. You don't get the neutral creeps. It's crazy. Like, you absolutely need that center area. So make sure that when you guys start playing this, that you get your teammates on going, yeah, we need to control the solar tree. We need to control the areas in the middle, otherwise we lose. It's even scarier than not winning the middle in AI 404 or in Serona. Both those places, the middle is essential, and actually no, in all 3 levels the middle is essential, and in this one, triply so. Keep that in mind. What else is there to say about this level? Apparently it's supposed to take place on the same planet that Leon is from. I'll be looking forward to that. I'll be looking forward to that, honestly. Because we got Ribbit 4, where Froggy's from. We've got Serona, where nobody's from. And yeah, whatever. So here's that Lone Star, whatever. He ain't got anything on me. He runs into the tower to try to avoid me. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to try to chase you as best as I can. He bowls the wrong way. He's just a robot, and it doesn't really matter. I dash the wrong way because I'm an idiot. And I don't really matter. And I jump up to try to chase him. At this point, I said, you know what, screw it. I need the HP more than he does. And I tornado all the stuff. I dash to kill. And there you go. Get some solar for it. I start tanking for my super droid so that way my super droid doesn't die in the process of trying to push this tower. I want to get in as much damage as possible. I was a bit risky there. If there's any teammates on their team who were any kind of good, then I would definitely be dead. Between the rest of those drones, they should be able to do some damage. Left to push, and I go back home to buy some upgrades. Now, again, this is in an earlier patch, much earlier patch, where things like Thornfish or whatever had not been changed yet. So if there's weird things in the balance or whatever that you don't recognize, that's exactly why. So I dash the Leon tries to run away, and I've got Ninja Worm, so I can keep up with him even while blasting. And I shoot him in the face, and he jumps upstairs, and he jukes me because I'm an idiot. I actually didn't think to chase him quickly. I didn't have the reflexes. So as you can see right there, we took out their top tier 2 tower, and now we have easy access to their base from not 1, but 2 areas. The top area and the middle area, which means that we can easily run away, chase up to the soul tree, and keep moving from there. That's going to be massive for us. Okay, so my teammate dies to a turret. Okay, whatever. It's a Leon bot before Leon bots got good. I decide to try to tornado everybody, and I start blasting, trying to harass them, poke them for damage. I see the clunk blowing up, and I immediately dash out of the way so that way I don't get hit by the explode. Had I been hit by the self-destruct, I probably would have died horribly. I pick up some of the plants along the way, just so that way I've got a little bit more money to spend and a bit more HP, so that way I don't spend as much time healing inside the base. Unfortunately, that second part is completely nullified by the fact that I spend forever trying to pick out what upgrades to buy. So I make my way back down to the bottom, and I realize that the tower's been taken out. So now the jungle's completely open to both teams, and we have an interesting situation here where we really don't have easy access to know what's going on. If you look at your mini-map, which, by the way, doesn't have any terrain features, that's something that'll definitely change by the time that this is released, obviously. But if you look at your mini-map, you'll find that there really is not a safe way to determine where your opponents are going anymore. If your opponents are good in clearing out the jungle, they might actually be able to sneak into your base without you even noticing. And that could do a lot of damage to your base, especially if it's a clone army Leon. Now, hopefully they'll have the AI all prepped and ready to go by the time it's released, so that way clone army Leons can actually move forward and outside of this middle area. See this Leon? He's just kind of jumping around and he's hoping, I don't know, to get teleported out of here? I don't even flippin' know. He's a waste of my time. So, I go up here, I get some solar bosses. The cool thing about Froggy is that he can farm solar bosses incredibly quickly once he's got right back at you. I love the Reflect. It's unbelievably powerful. Hammerfan on the forums, by the way, has put together a thread wondering exactly how to, you know, balance right back at you. It's not super useful in all situations, he says, but it's very powerful in others, to a point of nullifying an entire Not's abilities. And I got a kill on Leon here. Yes, I do. Thank you, Tornado, for being so damaging, even without the damage upgrades. So yeah, Hammerfan put together this entire thread on Arbe and what we can do to make it more either consistent or, you know, make it less severe against certain Nots, preferably both at the same time. It's an interesting concept at the moment, but I don't really have any concrete ideas at the moment. There's a lot of competing ideas that I know of. For instance, you know, Arbe's too strong, they should just make it reflect blaster bullets, which isn't going to work, and I could explain that later on. I think I did explain that on the forums. If you want to know what that is, just find the thread, go ahead, look for it, it's all good, and yeah, so that's there. But aside from that, like, what would you do to Arbe? I really don't know. So here I am, I'm duking it out with Leon in the bush, yeah, and then his friends come by. Oh crap. So I decided to go up there and taunt the solar boss, who then proceeds to spit all over them, wiping out their creep wave and forcing them to go back. Reasons why I like the solar bosses up there. Number one, as Froggy, I can easily wipe lanes. It makes me so happy. Hitboxes on these fruits, frustratingly not there. They're like on top of the fruit. It's weird. I hope they expand the size of them or make the visuals a little bit easier to understand. So I go up, I dash behind them, and I use my super long duration tornado to push them up against the turret. It does a lot of damage, and they are forced to run back. I chase after them, and I think at this point I can dash them? Yeah, there we go. I tornado, and I get not one kill. Nope, the clone self-destructs, and then I go ahead and proceed to kill the Lone Star. I run back because, hey, you know what? I want this match to last longer. I actually don't want to end this quite yet. It's against bots, and I want to show off this beta level. You know what? I think you guys ought to thank me for that one. And by think you guys ought to thank me for that one, I mean please, please, please don't call me stupid in the comments below. Oh, speaking of stupid, guess what I just pulled? Stupid move, yeah. The solar boss did spit on me, and I was like all prepped and ready to go for him spitting on me, and I, you know, did the tornado. It didn't work. This time I did though, and I killed the second one very quickly. For those who can kill the solar bosses very fast, that's going to be actually a bit of a problem. If they have access to the middle and they've got access to those solar bosses, killing them quickly is going to be a very easy way to make some serious moolah. I'm not exactly sure what to think of that. That might be changed. Again, everything that you see here is subject to change during actual release. So here I kill Lone Star again, and I get out of the way because it was a Leon. And had it been a real Leon with crit at the time, I would have been murdered in the face. This is when crit was not fixed, as it was put. So I jump over the explode because, yeah, screw you guys. And then I see all this solar, I'm like, yeah! And then I collect 2 of it before it goes away. chronic problem of mine, not picking up the solar as it's dropped. If anyone's been watching Symbol's videos, yeah, it's a chronic problem. I am so sorry, everyone. For everyone that I've done that to, I am very, very apologetic. But at the same time, screw you guys! I don't care! Oh, man. So here I am, just poking at their drill core. This drill core, if you haven't noticed, the top end of it is actually quite small. It is not easy to turtle that particular area. In fact, it is quite difficult. Oh, and I get chopped in half. Not surprised. But yeah, no, the drill cores, as you will see them, as I pass by mine, are actually very, very difficult to turtle. And that's something that a lot of people have been wondering about lately. With the other levels where they have this really long overhang and there's this thin tunnel essentially before you get to the drill core, it makes it very difficult to actually get in there if they have like a Railin, a Yuri, and a Gnaw or something in there. Or Lone Star, which is with Hyperbole. There's nothing you can do about that. So this might be a good fix for it. Just making it so that way the bases look more like they are in this beta map. I don't know what to say. I mean, it makes sense to me. So I've got old-fashioned Thornfish. We'll remember the good old days when Thornfish was OP. And I proceed to destroy the solar tree in all its glory. Oh, and do I get out of there? Yes, I do. Why? Quick reflexes with my blaster. Now, there's about another 2 minutes to this. So I don't end this here, that's for sure. So I poke it and I jump out before, you know, somebody could try to come and gank me. Theoretically speaking, somebody would have tried to come out and gank me, so I come up behind these creeps, and then there's a Leon, and he's trying to run past these creeps. He manages to, whatever, who cares. Walk up to him, start blasting him, but I'm only doing 12 damage a shot, and I suck with my blaster. I don't know why I picked up Thornfish if I suck with my blaster. It just doesn't make sense. I'm so silly. Alright, so there's this Leon, and I finally managed to kill him with the spray. Yay, go me! Sick! I decided to jump up here because trying to push their bottom turret on my own without that many creeps is not a good idea. Alright, with 1 minute left in the game, I'm poking this, but I'm not going to end this right here, right yet, I don't think. Do I? No, I don't. I decided, you know what, screw it, I want this game to last a bit longer, and it will! Another minute, to be precise. So I go up here, I clear out these creeps, get the money from them. I see that the solar tree has been completely cleaned out and that there's nothing left for me here. So I try to dodge this clunk, I shoot off a couple of these neutral creeps, and then I'm in a good position to actually try to kill him. The AI at this point is borked. He can't get out of that area. Not easily, anyway. And now he's in the middle area, and he'll be stuck in there for another eternity. So yeah, AI was borked at the time. It will not be borked by the time that Ronimo fixes and releases this map, so keep your eye on that. Alright, with about 20 seconds left in the match, Clunk comes up, he invites me. I'm like, yeah, whatever, screw you, I'll just run away and spray you. I'm like, oh wait, look, their turret's down. So I go ahead and I spin it, and that will be the end of the game. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I know I sure did. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later!